Welcome to Cooking with Rescued Food.
Now, before we begin the program at Queen Elizabeth Park Community and Culture Center, it's important to acknowledge the land that we're on, Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation.
Food insecurity is a real reality for families right here in Oakville. And because of that, we want to teach you how to use rescued food to make great, healthy options for you and your family.
Now, all the meals that we're going to make today are donated to us as rescued food by Food for Life, our amazing partners for this program. It's important for us to have this program and start a conversation so that people can break the stigma of rescued food and feel a sense of community for everybody in Oakville. So let's go.
Hi, I'm Graham with Food for Life. I'm the executive director of an amazing organization that has been serving the community for 25 years. Food for Life has been rescuing food and impacting lives all the way across Halton and Hamilton, and we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. We go out to grocery stores, retailers, wholesalers, producers, and we rescue amazing quality food that you're going to see in these cooking demonstrations, and we get it back out into the community to help people who are struggling with hunger. People who are struggling with hunger look no different than you and me. We don't know why people turn to a food program for help, but we do care that they have access to good, healthy, amazing food. And that good, healthy, amazing food is readily available and is typically thrown out as part of our natural waste process of the supply chain. And we rescue this good, healthy, perishable food and then get it back out into the community. And with the help of chefs like you're going to see through this program, show you how to turn it into amazing, healthy, good food for you and your family and your loved ones. So if you need to turn for assistance, you need a hand, whether it's for a reason or a season, maybe it's a job loss, maybe you're just looking to stretch the budget a little bit more, or maybe you're just looking to learn how to eat healthier and put down the Oreos and pick up a squash, give us a call or visit our website. And if during this time of COVID-19, if you're experiencing any challenges with mobility, ODSP, or any other health challenges that may limit you accessing regular programs in community, please just dial 311 and Halton Region will bring you into the system, and we'll reach out and deliver directly to your home. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And remember, learn more, volunteer, and donate anytime at foodforlife.ca.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of Cooking with Rescued Food. My name is Daniel, I work with the Town of Oakville, and in partnership with Food for Life, we are so excited for you to join us. This week's episode will feature chickpeas, green beans, and spinach. I stick personally to a gluten-free diet. I've been diagnosed with celiac disease, so I avoid gluten at all costs. You might also have different dietary preferences, and this meal is great for dietary preferences because it is gluten-free, it is vegan, but it's also delicious. Now, using these ingredients and spices like cumin, there are so many different options of ways that you can feed your family in a healthy and delicious way. I hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm pleased to be here, and I'm very pleased to be working with Food for Life to make you this delicious meal. We are going to be making a green bean spinach chickpea curry tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a few things into a blender, and then we are going to make a paste that we're going to cook out before adding our other ingredients. Okay, so what we're going to use is half of an onion. So we're just going to do a rough chop. Let's get the skin off. So it doesn't have to be nice and even. It's all going to go into the blender. Then we're going to add in half of a green pepper. If you don't have green pepper, that's okay. You can use whatever color you have. And again, we're just going to do a nice rough chop. It's just going to be mixed in the blender. So I'm going to put it all in. Okay, and then we've got some nice fresh coriander. Again, just rough chop, stems and all, okay? Smells so nice. All right. And for those that have never used fresh ginger, this is what it looks like. We are going to be using a very small amount, so maybe about this size. So with ginger, you actually have to take that skin off. You can use a vegetable peeler if you prefer. I just have a knife handy here, so I'm just going to use a knife just to take off the brown outsides. Okay. Fresh ginger makes such a difference when you're using it in a recipe compared to dry. Okay, so just a rough chop. We're also going to be putting in half of a lemon. So we're actually not going to be using the outside of the lemon. We're actually going to be using the juice and the flesh from the lemon. Okay, so we're just going to cut it in half, and then we're just going to use our knife just to cut away that peel. So what we're looking for here is to get rid of any of the white parts, which is called the pith, and that part is quite bitter, so we don't want that in there. And again, we're just going to roughly chop, just looking for pits as well. We are lucky with that one. Okay, so that just goes right up into our blender. Okay, so last but not least, we have, I'm just going to dry my hands here, we have a hot pepper. So if you have gloves, that would be great. If you don't have gloves, maybe just hold it with a paper towel, because the oils actually get on your hands. So if you cut your pepper and then later rub your eye, you might not be very happy with yourself. All right, I think I picked the smallest gloves available. All right, so this one again is just a rough chop. We're just going to take off the top, and I'm just going to slice it in bits. All right, we are also going to be putting in some of our dry herbs as well. So we've got cumin seeds, cinnamon, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a touch of turmeric. Okay, so that just goes all in. We're going to put the lid on, and we're going to blend it into a paste. Just going to add a touch of water to help the process. Maybe about a tablespoon. Make sure your lid's on. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right. Okay, so you can see that that one looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in about a tablespoon of grapeseed oil into a pan, and we're going to add our mixture in. Okay, so let's get this in. And so basically we're just going to cook this. We're going to cook out some of the moisture, and then we'll be adding our chickpeas and our tomatoes. So to this, we are going to be putting in some nice fresh spinach, some green beans, and then we'll finish off with chickpeas. We'll add a little bit of coconut milk to make it a little bit creamy, and some tomato. So if you are looking for, if you have a vegetarian diet and you're looking to increase your iron, spinach is a great way to do that, but it also needs to be paired with something with vitamin C so that it absorbs into your body. So we're going to be putting in some tomatoes to help that process along. And then the chickpeas add a good source of protein to this meal as well. Okay, so this looks great. We've got a nice paste here. So to this paste, we're going to add half a can of diced tomatoes. And we're also going to add about half a can of coconut milk. Okay, just going to give this a little mix. This will So we're on a medium heat. Okay, and then we're gonna add in about 150 grams of green beans. I've just cut them in half. So it kind of looks like one great big handful here. And we're just gonna let these cook for about 3 to 5 minutes until they get soft. And then we'll add our chickpeas. And our spinach. Okay, our green beans are nicely cooked, a little bit firm still, it's perfect. And then to that, we are going to add about 2 big handfuls of spinach. It looks like a lot, but it will cook down. And we're gonna add in 1 can of chickpeas. Let's give this a stir. Okay, so the spinach is cooked down and we are ready to go. At this point, you would want to just try it just to see if you need any more seasonings like salt and pepper. Okay, so we'll turn off the heat, and then this can be served on a bed of basmati rice, or you can dip with some naan bread, and then you can just garnish with a little bit of fresh cilantro, and you're ready to go.